Hi crypto fans, welcome to CCS Cryptocurrency State. My name is Santiago and in today's video we are going to cover a very interesting question. Why you should do perpetual Dex airdrops. I'm going to explain you the reasons why I'm focusing on these kind of projects to do airdrops, and also what has been happening on the airdrop niche recently on the last 6 months, what are my expectations, and exactly what protocols I am participating right now on the airdrops on these protocols for perpetual DX. Let's go directly to the content, and remember that all the information that I'm going to show you is in the first link of the description in my post. First of all, let's go and answer this question, why you should do perpetual airdrops right now. The first reason is that they are very difficult to farm, and this is positive, of course. So you can use bots, but these bots are specific trading bots. Normally, if you set some kind of bot system to do airdrops, usually is to do transactions, send tokens from one place to another, and do transactions in different protocols on a chain. That was the usual norm for bots on the airdrop niche. But for this, those kind of bots are not going to work you, because the only bots that you can use are bots that are doing transactions on trading protocols. So it's not the same kind of things, and this is a very specific niche on airdrops that is very under the farmer, so less people or bots are farming it. The second is that you need to use real money, so testnet here doesn't matter. Usually when a protocol launches the testnet, then when they really start with the point system or the airdrop is when you use the protocol on mainnet. Why is that? It's a very simple reason, is that they need to generate volume, trading volume on the protocol to be worth it more. So there's no point on give you an airdrop on the testnet phase. So always you will need to use real money to do this kind of airdrops, and airdrop hunters normally don't know how to trade. So you will not use airdrop money for this. So again, there's less people or bots farming it. The third point is that it's riskier. So to get this airdrop, you need to trade, which is risky per se, and a very low percentage of people in crypto trade. And if you consider those that usually trade don't care about the airdrops, so that makes it again more under the radar in terms of how many people are doing this kind of airdrops. But remember, and we covered this many times, we have our neutral trade strategy to apply to do 2 airdrops at the same time, and you only will be paying fees. So there's a way, even if you are not an experienced trader, to participate on these protocols and just pay the fees. And finally, and one of the most important points, is that real revenue. So many new projects doesn't have any revenue initially, only the founding money. So for example, if you take Monad, for example, one of the biggest testnet airdrops right now they are not generating any revenue. They are building an infrastructure, they are expanding, they are partnering with many protocols and also generating new apps, new DApps on their testnet. And even if they go to mainnet, it's going to take time to really generate revenue. They are using the funding to do all this and all this expansion. But in the case of perpetual DXs, they start to earn immediately on mainnet, because part of the fees that they charge are going to be the project revenue. Probably a lot of that is going to be reinvested to pay also the team and all the different infrastructure that they have. But as soon as they start to growing, also the revenue starts to growing. So you can know right now that central exchanges are one of the most profitable businesses right now on crypto. The same for another decentralized exchanges. So many people with big pockets right now want to launch a DX or a CX in crypto because they see the potential, and you can build on that. You can also add real world assets in the next phase and growth your base of users. So there's a lot for revenue on a DX, even if you do a CX or a decentralized exchange, and perpetuals is also a very important part of those trading platforms. So all these reasons are why I have been focusing on the last 6 months in some of specific perpetual DXs that I'm going to share with you. So if you are a follower of the channel, you know one that I have been using a lot is GRVT. It's my priority right now. They had 15 million in funding, and the revenue on the platform has been growing a lot. Recently launched investments new section, so if you want to check that, you can go here to the invest section and you see your GRVT strategies. You can become a strategy manager if you want, but if not, You just need to click one of these investors here, and you will be following part of what they do. So you get your rewards while others are trading. You also get the airdrop points. Remember, they have an airdrop system based on badges, so you have to earn trade points, ecosystem points, and liquidity points. So these three are the three categories that they have, and here is explained how they are going to distribute the airdrop. So this has been 100% transparent from the beginning, so you can go and check that. So GRVT right now is my priority. I always get points on the three categories, not always super farming it, but always try to get on all those three categories points for each of the badges. The second one that I am focused on, and I think we will have a great airdrop from them, is Backpack. This is the same company behind the Backpack wallet that also launched the Backpack Exchange a couple of months ago. They had 37 million in funding, you can confirm that. Also, the airdrop is confirmed. Many of these perpetual DEXs guys have a confirmed airdrop, so it's not that we are speculating. So if you trade there using our neutral trade strategy, for example, you are going to get volume and points for these airdrops. In this case, again, the airdrop is confirmed. The season 2 started on July, so you can participate again now. Doesn't matter that we are in season 2. Even if season 1 was a successful season in terms of points and participation, there's a ton of growth to do here on Backpack Exchange. And they at one point had 150 million in daily trading volume, which is a very respectable number. So here is the link if you want to join to Backpack Exchange. The same for GRVT and the other protocols that we are going to cover. And one interesting thing that I asked here to ChatGPT regarding the founding and the revenue of Backpack is that they acquired FTX EU in 2025 for approximately 32.7 million, and with this acquisition Backpack is handling the distribution of around 53 to 55 million in court approved FTX bankruptcy claims to former FTX EU customers. So they had 32 million to buy the FTX EU. They have big pockets, like you can see the total volume indicators is like there's a 60 billion lifetime volume right now, serving 150 plus countries across 500 million transactions completed. So Backpack is really growing, and right now has a valuation of 120 million in valuation. You can confirm that. There are VCs behind it, but again, the airdrop is confirmed. You have your point system. It's a great project to use. So this is the second project that I am farming right now in terms of usage for trading. Number 3 is Bot Exchange. This was a partner of the channel before. This is smaller than the previous projects, but the airdrop is also confirmed with a point system. One nice thing is that they have an order payback on fees, so you can get some of the fees that you pay back in order tokens. They have a great UI and token list. The project works very well. I really like Bot Exchange. So here is again a link if you want to join there and support the channel. But again, right now I am mostly focused on GRVT and Backpack. Time to time I use Bot Exchange too. And finally in position 4, and honestly I am not using Reya right now, but Boris is also super bullish on this project and he's using it. They had 60 million in funding, so you can confirm that. Great UI and platform. Also, the airdrop is confirmed with ranks and points. Reya 76.9k followers, a very great community. Like I mentioned, 16 million in funding. And from the official Reya network, you can go to the trade platform, and in rewards you can see everything. Boost, the different ranks. You can use referrals if you want, historic points and everything. So they have an open and confirmed point system. And guys, all these protocols, what cares more is how much volume you trade in any of these cases. So as much as you trade, you will receive more airdrop. I'm going to tell you a little bit how is that neutral strategy that I commented before in a few minutes. Other projects that I want to comment is Avantis Finance. This is also one that Boris is using. And of course Jupiter keeps being one of the leader DEXs in Solana. They raised 137 million at one point. They did a great airdrop in January of this year and burned a lot of tokens. And the next airdrop is confirmed for January 2026. I can't believe that we already are in August. So I remember when I got my airdrop of 2025 on January. So Jupiter is also really recommended because they have a ton of money, and I think many people is focused only on Hyperliquid. And this is why I don't use Hyperliquid for trade, and it's basically because it's full of whales and our trading volume will be insignificant compared to them. So I think it's better trade in more smaller perp DEXs like the ones that I mentioned in order to get the airdrop. I did a ton of math, guys. And really, even if I trade a lot, with my trade volume, I am below the 1% of many whales and people and bots that are constantly trading on Hyperliquid. I know the FOMO that we have on the Hyperliquid airdrop number 1, and it was amazing, but I don't expect that happen again. And in any case, if that happens, and even if Hyperliquid want to give again billions in airdrops, the amount of whales you can search on Dune and many other protocols, how much volume Hyperliquid is generating daily, and the top wallets that generate the volume. So there's a ton of whales, guys. It's impossible to compete with them. Even if they want to give a great airdrop, we are very little fishes trading on Hyperliquid. So I am focused on HyperEVM and another projects on the Hyperliquid blockchain. But if we are talking about trading specifically, I am not using Hyperliquid anymore from a while because I already did the math. I saw many statistics and I think it's not worth it. Compare it to risk it a little bit on another smaller project. So these are the top perpetual protocols that I am using. Of course, I know there are many more, but I have been using this from a while. And if you want to start in this strategy, you can. Even if all these projects have the active airdrop from a while, you still can participate. There's no doubt that you are going to get some part of this airdrop. And the delta strategy is basically to go to one of these portals. Let's say that you want to open a position on Reya. So you can go here, open in Bitcoin or one of the most common tokens, a long position, and then you go, let's say, to GRVT. So you go here to trade and you open a short position here, and having a long position here and a short in another protocol, you basically are canceling your orders because whatever happens, you are protected on your trade. So basically you will be paying the fees on both of those. And sometimes the markets are so obvious on a pump or a dump that sometimes you can risk it a little bit and close the position that is against what the trend is doing. So for example, with XRP, after the announcement that the case with the SEC ended last Thursday or Friday, it was super obvious a big pump that we have on XRP that was correcting during this weekend. But it was super obvious that I have an open position and on a long and a short in two different protocols. So basically I closed the short and let the long ride, and actually I did a great profit on that long position, which allowed me to pay the fees that I am using on these strategies. So if you are not a great trader, that is the best strategy. Open a short and a long at the same time. Sometimes you are going to get it well, sometimes you just cancel both after some time. Of course, always try to keep them open for a while, so you are not considered a civil, but this way you only pay fees on this transaction. And guys, that is all for this video, why I am doing perpetual DX airdrops and why I think you should at least start with one or two, like GRVT and Backpack. The links to support the channel are in the first link of the description, like always. And if you want more alpha on airdrops and crypto, join to my private community, my private Discord. We also have an airdrop application for you if you want it. We have merchandising, we have our NFT collection paying between a 5 to a 10% monthly in US value. So we are doing it well in many aspects of the channel. So please, if you are seeing this video but you are not subscribed, click the like video and click the subscribe button with the bell notifications on so you don't miss any of these videos. I know that many of you guys see my video regularly but are not subscribed. So just click the subscribe with the bell so we keep in touch here on YouTube. And of course, if you want more alpha, follow me on X at CryptoCState. I am posting, of course, claims lives there all the time. And in my private Discord, we also have giveaways. We have Discord lives only for the Discord community, of course, and many more stuff. So join to my community if you want some support on this bull run. I'm also going to share indicators and tell people when I'm going to exit the market on my portfolios. So everything is going to be there on my private Discord. That will be all for this video. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to get the notifications. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.